You have been fed a lie so comfortable you didn't even notice when the handcuffs clicked shut. Look around your room. Look at your phone. Look at your assets. I'm going to make a bet, and I'm going to win. You don't own half the things you think you do. That movie you bought on iTunes, you rented a license that can be revoked tomorrow. That Tesla in your driveway, if you stop making payments, or if the manufacturer decides they can remotely disable the engine. Your smart home, it stops working the moment the company shuts down the server. You are not a consumer. You are not a user. You are a digital serf. We are witnessing the death of capitalism and the birth of something far worse, techno-feudalism. The villain here isn't just inflation or bad politicians. It is a structural shift designed by the big tech elite, the cloud lords, to ensure you never build equity again. They have rebranded poverty as the subscription economy. They told you you will own nothing and you will be happy. But here is the reality. If you own nothing, you have no power. You are at the mercy of the landlord. And in 2024, the landlord isn't just charging you for your apartment, he's charging you for the software that runs your life. In the next few minutes, I'm going to prove that your convenience is actually a cage. And I'm going to show you how to break the lock before they throw away the key. Let's change your vocabulary. Stop using the words the media gave you. You believe in the sharing economy. You think subscriptions are about access and lower upfront costs. You think cloud computing is just a convenient place to store photos. You believe that not owning things makes you flexible and modern. You are the minimalist. You are the digital nomad. You are free. This is not a sharing economy. This is a rent-seeking economy. In the Middle Ages, feudalism was simple. The lord owned the land. The serf worked the land. The serf kept enough harvest to survive, and the lord took the rest. The serf owned nothing. If the serf left the land, he died. Today, the land is the cloud. The lords are Amazon, AWS, Microsoft, Apple, and Google. And you are the serf tilling the digital soil. Think about it. They don't own the cars. You buy the car. You take the risk. You pay the insurance. They own the algorithm, the digital land. They tax your labor. You used to pay $100 once to own software for life. Now, you pay $20 a month forever. You stop paying. You lose your tools. You lose your livelihood. Farmers cannot fix their own tractors because the software is locked. They bought a $500,000 machine, but they are only renting the right to operate it. Subscription services are actually equity drains. Every dollar you spend on a subscription is a dollar that vanishes. It builds no asset value. It creates no legacy. The rich, the true wolves, do not subscribe. They own the platform. They own the IP. They own the server farms. They know that ownership is the only path to sovereignty. When you stream music, you are paying rent. When you store files on Drive, you are paying rent. When you buy a digital skin in a video game, you are buying air. Techno-feudalism is the systematic transfer of wealth from the working class, who rent everything, to the asset class who own the infrastructure. They have turned your life into a service, and they can cancel your subscription at any time. This isn't innovation. This is the oldest scam in the book, dependency. They have engineered a world where you cannot function without paying a toll to a gatekeeper. If the philosophy doesn't scare you, the math should offend you. Let's look at the numbers. They are insulting your intelligence. The cost of access versus ownership. Let's take a simple example. Software. You buy Photoshop CS6 in 2012 for $700. You use it for 10 years. Total cost, $700. You own the tool. If Adobe goes bankrupt, you still have the tool. You subscribe to Creative Cloud for $55 a month. Over 10 years, that is $6,600. You paid nearly 10 times the price. And guess what? If you stop paying in month 121, you have nothing. Zero equity. Your files become inaccessible. Now, multiply this by your entire life. Spotify plus Netflix plus Disney plus iCloud plus Dropbox plus Microsoft 365 plus Amazon Prime plus gym membership plus car, heated seat subscription. Yes, BMW tried this. Average American household subscription spend to $219 a month. Invested over 30 years at 8% return, that is $300,000 plus taken out of your net worth. The valuation gap risk versus. Here is the math of the feudal lord versus the serf. When a company moves from selling products to selling subscriptions, their stock price explodes. Why? Because Wall Street loves recurring revenue. They love the fact that you cannot leave. Apple doesn't want to sell you an iPhone anymore. That's a one-time transaction. They want to sell you Apple One, Apple TV, Apple Music, iCloud. They want to turn you into an ARPU, average revenue per user. To them, you are not a human. You represent a discounted cash flow stream, the inflation trap. While your wages stagnate, asset prices, real estate, stocks, gold, Bitcoin skyrocket. Why? Because the lords are printing money to buy assets while you are using your depreciating currency to pay rent on digital services. You work for money. You pay rent for your house. You pay rent for your entertainment. You pay rent for your productivity tools. You pay rent for your data storage. Calculate your burn rate, the amount of money you must pay just to exist and function in society before you buy a single piece of food. In 1980, that number was low, rent, mortgage, plus utilities. In 2025, that number is massive. Every new subscription raises your break-even point. You have to work harder and longer just to stay in the same place. You are running on a treadmill that the techno-lords control the speed of. Enough doom scrolling. You now see the cage. How do we break the bars? You cannot dismantle the global economy, but you can build a fortress around your own life. This is your sovereignty stack. Phase 1, mindset. The owner-operator, you must make a vow today. If I cannot own it, I will not rely on it. Stop valuing convenience. Convenience is the bait on the trap. Value control, value permanence. Adopt the mindset of a classic capitalist. Accumulate assets. Eliminate liabilities. Phase 2, tactics. The great decoupling one. The digital audit. Open your bank statement. Highlight every recurring charge. Ask, if this company bans me tomorrow, does my life fall apart? Cancel the streaming services. Buy physical media, Blu-rays, or download files you keep on a hard drive. Cancel the cloud storage. Buy a NAS, network-attached storage. Build your own cloud. 2, open source and perpetual licenses. Stop renting your tools. Replace Microsoft Office with LibreOffice or buy a lifetime license. Replace Adobe with DaVinci Resolve, free one-time pay or Affinity Photo. Use Linux or de-Googled phones where possible. If the software requires an internet connection to verify your license every month, it is malware. 3, physical sovereignty. Keep cash. Cash is the only peer-to-peer transaction that leaves no data trail and requires no server. Buy dumb tech. Buy cars with physical buttons and minimal software integration. Buy appliances that don't need Wi-Fi to toast bread. Own Bitcoin. Self-custody. It is the only digital asset that no lord can seize or debase. Phase 3, optimization, the parallel economy. Support businesses that sell products, not services. When you buy a hammer, you own the hammer. Seek out the hammers of the digital world. Learn self-hosting. Host your own password manager, Bitwarden. Host your own website. The elites use trusts and holding companies to own assets. You can't do that yet, but you can use the right to repair. Learn to fix your own stuff. Every time you repair an iPhone screen yourself, You are flipping the bird to Apple. Every time you jailbreak a device, you are reclaiming your property rights. I can hear the whining already. I hear the little voice in your head trying to rationalize your servitude. But Gemini, it's just so convenient. I like having all my movies in the cloud. I don't have time to set up a server or learn Linux. I have nothing to hide. Who cares if they own my data? Shut up. That is the voice of a serf. That is the voice of someone who has been domesticated. It's convenient. Do you know what else is convenient? Being in prison. Free food, free shelter, strict schedule. You don't have to think. Convenience is the enemy of freedom. Every time you choose convenience, you hand over power. When Spotify removes your favorite artist because of a controversy, where is your convenience then? When Amazon remotely deletes a book from your Kindle, which they have done, where is your convenience? You are trading your rights for a slightly smoother user interface. That is a bad trade. I don't have time. I don't have time to manage my own files. Really? But you have time to work 40 hours a week to earn the money to pay the subscription fees? You are working to pay for the privilege of not owning anything. If you set up a NAS system once, it takes a Saturday. It saves you thousands of dollars and guarantees your privacy for a decade. You aren't busy, you are lazy and prioritizing short-term comfort over long-term security. It's the future. I can't stop it. This is the most dangerous objection, learned helplessness. Everyone is doing it. Yes, and the average person is broke, anxious, and owns nothing. Do you want to be the average person? The herd walks into the slaughterhouse because they follow the tail in front of them. You don't have to live in the woods to fight this. You just have to be intentional. You don't need to be a hacker. You just need to say no to the heated seat subscription. You need to say no to the smart fridge. If you don't fight for your ownership now, don't cry when you are 60 years old, priced out of the housing market, renting your furniture, and your digital wallet gets frozen because you said the wrong thing online. Techno-Feudalism isn't coming. It is here. The walls are going up. The gates are closing. The divide between the renters and the owners is becoming an unbridgeable canyon. You have a choice to make today. You can continue to be a digital sharecropper, working on Zuckerberg's farm, paying rent to Bezos, and hoping they treat you nicely. You can drift through life, streaming your entertainment, renting your home, and leasing your car, arriving at the end of your life with nothing to show for it but a stack of digital receipts. Or you can become a sovereign owner. You can start buying assets. You can start reclaiming your data. You can start building a life that you control, not an algorithm. Don't just like this content. Don't just nod your head. Take out your credit card statement right now. Find 3 subscriptions you don't need. Kill them. Take that money and buy something real. Buy silver. Buy a book. Buy a tool. Start owning your life again. The system wants you to be a user. Be an owner.